Hello dear students, today we are going to learn chapter 1.6 from your 10th English Kumar Bharati textbook. The chapter name is Alchemy of Nature, written by Raksha Baradia. Alchemy means mysterious power or magic that changes the thing, means it's chamatkar. So you can say magic of nature. The lesson starts with William Blake's 4-line poem, to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an arm. Grain of sand means छोटा सा मिट्टी का कण, a small tiny sand, as tiny as grain of sand, can spark off an idea or imagination of a huge significance to the world. Means for getting the great things or to make the great things, achievements in the world, it doesn't require something very great. From small tiny things also we can get an inspiration. Move on to the next line. And a heaven in a wild flower. Heaven in a wild flower means one can witness and experience the beauty of heaven in something as small as a wild flower and derive joy forever. Means it's not necessary something very, the flowers in the garden or something, you get inspiration from, even from the wildflower. Only one should have the eye and time to see. What the poet is saying here, the only thing is to get that experience of heaven, one should have a time and eye to experience it. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand. Infinity is endless space, but your small palm can hold the destiny of earth through your effort. Means if you see the sky, it's so huge, it's so big, non-ending. Then too, with your struggle and effort, with your own hand, you can change the destiny of earth. With your efforts, you can bring the changes. Next is an eternity in an hour. Eternity is endless time, but just an hour in your life can make a difference to the world forever. This universe, when came into exist, we do not know, and when it will going to end, we do not know. So this time which is going on is set as eternity, but from this 1 hour also of our life can do something very great for this world. Great deeds can surpass the limits of time and space. Deeds means actions, surpass, take over, means you will be remembered for your good actions, your deeds forever and ever. So all 4 lines express the beauty of nature, and this is what our lesson is all about. So let's start with the explanation of lesson. We instinctively turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Instinctively, by a natural means अपने आप से. So when we go for some outdoor work, outdoor activities, what the nature do is it enhance, it enrich, बढ़ाना, it enrich our inner goodness, अच्छाइयाँ, and our health, means हमारे health को भी अच्छा रखता है. So it also do what? Nature do what? It soothes us and nurtures. Soothe means it keep us calm. When we go out, nature keep us calm, and nurtures means to look after. Nature fulfills and motivate. It means that nature not only fulfill our needs but also motivates us. Nature also whispered and command, means silently nature keep on talking to us. It sometimes also give us order, command us. Why? Because we are not ready to obey nature. Are you listening? Means did you ever try to listen what nature say? Why writer said this to us? Because in our daily schedule, daily busy life, we never ever try to pay attention what nature is trying to say to us. When I do, it leaves me in complete awe, great wonder and amazement. It means what? When we start listening to the nature, we go close to the nature, it really amazes us and make us think. Let's see how. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Hibiscus plant, a shoe flower also, it's known as shoe flower. Every fourth night, a flower blooms on its big, bright, tender, a very soft, very beautiful, delicate flower. It blooms, very bright color it is having. Fortnight means after every 2 weeks. Throughout the day, it keep on smiling with the sun and dance with wind. Means with all day, it swings with the air and smile with the sun. But what happens? But as the evening approaches, it starts wilting. Wilting means drying up. As the evening comes, it shrinks, and next morning, after that it's wither completely. By evening it fall and become one with the earth again. It means next morning it dries completely and fall down and mix in the earth, wither drying completely. The flower comes to life only for a day, yet it does so in full splendor. Splendor, magnificent means it gets one day life, that too he live that life full-fledgedly, magnificently. What if we too live a life, however short, to its fullest? Means what? Why not we take inspiration from that flower and live a life to its fullest, so that we become an example for others. Next example is, we went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean. Majestic, vast. What else we saw? We saw the rock alongside, carved, sculpted and shaped by the water. Carved means to cut into order to make design. Sculpted, to give form or shape. As we all know that water is so gentle and rock is so hard, but then too, yet as the water flow over it every day for years, means continue, it keep on dashing to the rock. Ultimately, the rock gives up. It accepts its defeat and takes the shape that the water commands. This teaches us what? It teaches us our problems are so colossal and we are so small. Means sometimes it happens our problem seems too big and we look very small and helpless in front of it. But still, bravely, if we keep on facing our problem, it will be solved. If we persist, means to stay firm, never to give up. Next example is, I saw a bit of grass peeping through the small crack in a concrete pavement, peeping, coming out, looking. Now this tiny grass is so small, but then too from such a hard concrete rod it comes out. It gives us inspiration. It makes us think that however the things are impossible things may look, but there is always an opening, a solution for it. It teaches us that there is a way or solution for every problem. Next example is of a tree. We saw a tree bare of all leaves in the cold winter month. You must have seen most of the tree having no leaves. Bare means without leaves. We thought its chapter was over. Means if there is no leaves on the tree, we think that tree must have died. But it's not the case. After 3 months, spring set in. Spring, bahar ka mausam, beginning you can say. Then we see what? Tree was back to its green majestic once again, full of leaves, flower, birds. Majestic richness. It teaches us what? That hard time never stay for long. It has to go. And the conviction that however the difficult things are right now, it will not remain. It shows conviction, strong, firm belief. It means one should have a strong belief that how much ever difficulty comes in the life or hard times they are facing in the life, it has to go. It will pass away one day. Next example is of army of ants. We saw an army of ants lugging a fly, pulling with a great difficulty, जोर से खींचना, which was at least 10 times the ant's size. You must have seen most of the time. The ants organize themselves around the fly, means in an organized manner they come and attack. Lift it on frail frills, means they lift it that fly on their weak legs and carried it to a quite a distance, means take it to the far distance. Their teamwork and perseverance were impressive. Perseverance, continuous effort in spite of obstacle. It teaches us what if we too are consistent, organized and focused, nobody can break our unity. There are more motivational examples, like if we see a spider web, it's so delicate but yet very strong. A prey which is 10 times bigger than spider gets stuck into it. If we see to the rainbow, it fills the color in the sky. And if we see the oyster take in a grain of sand, they open up with a pulse, means it take the grain in the oyster and turn into a pulse. Innumerable star shines across the infinity sky. Never-ending sky is filled with unlimited innumerable stars. Clouds take the shape with every passing moment, means it keeps on changing. And it teaches us what we too have to change ourselves according to the situation. The wind makes tree dance with unhindered passion, unhindered without disturbance. Water without a hint of ego, means without showing an ego, keep changing its form according to the dictates of the sun and wind. Dictates order, means into water and vapor. When we see a caterpillar turn into a butterfly, means when it changes its shape. A flower turns into a fruit, means from flower it becomes fruit. We experience the alchemy of nature. We experience the magic of nature. We will experience that our nature is full of different delightful magic. If we spend our time with nature, we too become gold like nature. It means we too will become very precious. It is a rule of nature that if anything comes near to the nature make that thing also very precious. So why can't we see this beauty of nature? Because we are busy in our daily life. Though we have eye, but we have no time to see, admire a beauty. So remove your time from the busy schedule and experience the alchemy of nature.